Good evening. This evening I'm going to be doing a traditional 1930s look with modern products. I've already done basically my eye and my foundation to help with time and editing because I don't know how to edit yet. And I'll just walk you through what I did before the video, and then I'll do my eyes and my lips and finish off the look. Um, what I started off with after moisturizing my face is I did Benefits Professional over my skin, and then I used Makeup Forever's Matte Velvet. I used the color 015. I'm normally an 030, but the interesting about foundations in the 1930s is that even though Coco Chanel introduced it more a tan looking model, the extremely pale look was still in. So this actually makes me paler than I am, and that's pretty pale. I mean, I look pretty much Walking Dead. And then afterwards, I used a concealer for my under eye circles. I used Bobbi Brown's corrector and concealer. My corrector is in light bisque and the concealer is in warm ivory, but it also depends on your skin color. I also put the foundation and concealer on my lips because we're going to be drawing a lip on that's not your normal shape of your lips, so it's easier to hide your lips with that. I also put it over my eyebrows. Now, normally what I would do is I would take a glue stick and I would put the glue stick on top of the eyebrows, let that dry, and then draw them on. But for the sake of time and the fact that I don't have glue right now, we're just going to draw over my eyebrow. But traditionally what they would do for their eyebrows is that they would either shave them off or they would pluck them to just having this little box right here and then either nothing or a very thin line. I normally dress, my traditional dress every day is 1940s and 1950s, which is a thicker eyebrow, so I don't shave my eyebrows off. So let's go ahead and start with the eyebrow. Oh, you know what? No, blush. I have a bronzer on. Blush, rouge was introduced like in a can, like cake rouge. And in the 30s, the colors that were popular were a brown, like a dusty rose, a raspberry. They're darker colors, so think cooler, darker colors. What I used on my cheeks is a combination of things. I used Tarte's Blushing Bride. It's a cheek stain. It looks purple, but if you actually, it's very, very light. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And if you are an upcoming bride, I would actually really highly recommend this color. It looks beautiful on cheeks, but it's very rosy. But it didn't show up very well in the video. So what I used after that was Dallas by Benefit. It looks like this. And it is a very nice brown rose. It can be used as a bronzer, but I'm really pale, so I barely use it. I used to be a makeup artist for Benefit, so that's how I have all this Benefit stuff. Benefit's a great, great brand. I also used 10, which is my favorite bronzer and highlighter because it's basically all in one. And what you want to do is you want to put it right underneath your natural cheekbone, not on top of your cheeks. On top of your cheeks was more 40s and definitely 50s. So let's start with the eyebrows. The eyebrows, what you can do is you can either use, I think I have it up here. Yes. An angled brush with a pot, like an eyeliner pot. I don't have one right now, so I'm actually going to be using a liquid pen. This is from Japan. It's La Rose de Versailles. It's probably the best liquid brush I've ever had. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it on top of my eyebrow. Traditionally what they would do is they would do right on top of the natural eyebrow, but because my eyebrows aren't covered, it looks really silly. So we're going to go right on top of my eyebrow. I'm sorry if you can't see this. Okay, so what I do is I start off with a thin, as thin as I can go line. And I start at where my natural eyebrow starts, and then I bring it, I don't want to ink myself, I bring it past my natural eyebrow. What you want to do is you want to get it, angle it so that it's right at the edge of your eyebrow. It's still very 20s. The 20s, they brought it inward a little bit more and drew it outward a little bit more. But we're gonna, I can't do it with this. So there's your eyebrow. I know that one's a little thicker, but I like this one better. So we're gonna look at this one. Okay, so going on with the eyeshadow, what they used in the for the eyeshadow is they used colors such as greens, browns, plums, violets, and navy blues. And the look was, instead of doing what they did in the 1920s, where it was very dark right here and very highly brought up to the eyebrow bone, they kept it circular on the eyelid, just up to the eyebrow bone. Very round, think very round, very almond. What I'm going to use, I'm going to use an eyeshadow base by Benefit. It's called Tattletale. It's a really pretty color. I use it every day. It's just really, it's not that shimmery, but I like to bring up my tear duct because it brightens up my tear duct and it keeps my eyeshadow on. And for this look, I've decided to go a little darker. So I am going to use a color like this plum. But this palette right here, I actually got it at Target for $5. It's the e.l.f. brand. It's not the best eyeshadow, but for $5 it's great. This line right here would be great. These lines would be great for it, and even up here. But I'm going to use the dark plum, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm just going to put it just here, see? And what you want to do is you want to bring a little emphasis in the corner. And don't worry, we're going to blend that out afterwards. Then what I do is I take a fluffy blending brush without anything on it, and you just blend it a little bit. And then I'm going to take another fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this color right here. It's like a shimmery moon dust color, to put it on top to make more of a highlight on the brow bone and to blend this more in. So that's pretty much it for your eyeshadows. Don't need to do any more than that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the eyeliner. I'm going to use the same eyeliner. And what I've read in old 30s books is that they did it with they did a small line, but they did it what they called a triangular shape. I personally have not been able to master this, but what they're saying is that you go up from here and at the very top point of your eye, stop and then go down. Again, I for some reason can't master this, so I'm just going to do the thinnest line I can. Now your eyelashes are going to be covering it anyway, so if it's not perfect, it's okay. Okay. Now, and also a fun tidbit about 30s eyeshadow, or eyes in general, they didn't use any liner on the bottom, or mascara. I've read that in lots of books from the 30s saying, only eyeliner on the top, no eyeliner on the bottom. So for someone that wears mascara on the bottom of her lashes, I think it's a little weird, but I have a natural blonde, so my eyelashes are really, really blonde. If you have dark eyelashes, just don't put mascara on them. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a curler, so I drop everything, and I'm going to curl the lash before I put my false eyelashes on. Now, not everybody wore false lashes back then. It's suggested that it's just a heavy coat of black mascara on the top. But such actresses as Jean Harlow, well, Jean was a little bit extreme with the 30s, but she was a fun makeup because she was really drawn on here, and she used bottom falsies as well. She took it over from the 20s, basically. So I'm going to mascara the top lashes, and I'm using Maybelline's Falsies Express Volume. That's my all-time favorite mascara. I've had tons of expensive mascaras, and this is the best mascara in the world. Okay, so I'm going to apply my eyelash now. Now what I use is these thick black ones. I don't know if they have a name. I have them under number 79, but anything that's this, any lash company or lashes such as Makeup Forever has them. The new Katy Perry line has them. I dropped everything. So I'm going to put my glue on. Wait till that to dry. My hair tonight is actually one of my Snow White wigs, but Snow White was created in the 30s, so she does have a traditional 30s hairdo. 30s hair is a couple different ways you can do it, but what was really popular is the hair was growing out in the 20s. I've had a lot of people ask me why vintage styles were more short hair. Well, if even up to the 50s, if you think about it, if the woman was into fashion and style at the time, the 20s was all about chopping your hair all off. So we're looking at 10 years, 20 years, 30 years after the 20s with hair growing out. So a lot of times they had shorter hair. In the 30s, what it was is it was a finger wave, and then it was combed really tightly here, and then really poofy at the bottom. We're going to put the eyelash on. I'm going to have to do this off camera because I can't do it on camera, so I'll be right back. There. Voila. Then we're going to let this dry before we put another coat of mascara on. So we're going to go on to the lips. Now the lips were very much drawn on as well. Again, if you want to put either a concealer or your foundation over your lips. There's also some products out there that are strictly for the lips to mask them. I don't have anything like that at the time, and I always find that my mattifying foundation works pretty well. With the lips, the colors that were normally used were what they call Indian red, which is like a rusty red. It wasn't vibrant and bright like the 50s or the 40s. They used browns, they used wines, burgundies, and plums. What I'm going to use tonight, I'm going to go a little darker. I'm going to use Night Moth by MAC, and then I'm going to use it's kind of like a plummy, like a raspberry color. It's actually by Pharmacy Favorites. It's an organic lipstick. It's called Rosebud. The fun thing about organic lipsticks is they don't smell good because there's no fragrance in them. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the lip, and the lip is very over dramatized. It really depends on your taste. What you really want to remember is you want to remember to really round the cupid's bow and try to make the top lip a little bit smaller than your bottom lip. I already have a small upper lip and a bigger bottom lip, so this isn't that much of a stretch for me, but I am going to go a little more dramatized. So let's see. Let's see if this works, shall we? Sorry, extreme close-up. want to draw like a little mustache. What you want to do on the top is you want to go a little bit. See, my natural lip is here. Get those bad boys even. I never get them even in the beginning. And then we're going to make the bottom lip really full. And go ahead and fill that in. Make sure you don't get any on your teeth. I always get lipstick on my teeth. Okay, so practice makes perfect with this. Take your time on it. If you're in a rush, this isn't a really good look to do because it's really just keep going over it until you get it. Okay, so now after I've filled them in, I'm going to use my lipstick. Okay, so as you can see, my top lip has that extreme cupid's bow, and then my lips are still about right here, so very much that look. So basically this is it. Again, the big pointers are lighter foundation than you are, a plummy brown blush through here, not on your cheekbones, the almond eye with a little bit of definition here and bright at the top, the drawn eyebrow, the thick upper eye, and nothing on the bottom, and then the lips, which is more Cupid's bow round, very Betty Boop. Think Betty Boop. And then the thicker lip on the bottom. I did my lips a little bit thicker than I would like, but it really depends on what you like. Again, this is more of the traditional 1930s look with modern day products. If you have any more questions, write on the comments. If you liked it, like it. I'm new to this, but I'm going to try to continue to bring you more historical points and more traditional makeup. So thank you so much for hanging on for 19 minutes, and good luck and have a glamorous evening. Bye!